If you are selling your house, these are the top 10 things that you should not have on your property. Hi, my name is Jodi, and I've been a realtor in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the last 9 years. Through trial, error, and lessons learned, let's dive into the 10 things that I suggest to not have at your home while selling. If you're selling your home, the first thing that you're not going to have on your property is personal photos. I also don't want to see your kids' names in big block letters in their rooms. The reason why we don't want that is for privacy reasons. You don't want people knowing who you are. There's scammers out there that may be trying to take advantage of any personal information they can collect. So let's just take all of that personal stuff down. We want to neutralize it, not only so the potential buyer can visualize themselves living there, but also for your own security and privacy. The second thing that you're not going to have are those surveillance systems that are videotaping the visitors that come in without a sign like this, okay? You have to let your visitors know that they're being monitored, and that Ring doorbell, it does count. So if your agent does not have this type of warning displayed somewhere where everyone can see it, you need to provide it for them. Being videotaped or watched without knowing or giving permission to do so, it could be a violation. So let's not put yourself in that situation. Next, when your house goes on MLS, it gets advertised everywhere. And let's face it, there is the possibility that some less than savory characters are looking for opportunities to get their hands on your valuables. So, it is so important to remove your jewelry, expensive watches, cash, or even highly valuable artwork from your home prior to open houses or showings. In the case of artwork, I would take those off of your walls before listing photos are even taken. Small items can be stored in a safe deposit box at your bank. Larger items, maybe with a family member or a trusted friend. The fourth thing that you really should consider taking off of your property are your medications that are highly addictive. You have no idea who's going to be looking at your house, especially during open houses. I hate that we live in a world today where we have to worry about creeps stealing our meds, but we do. So either put them in a safe or keep them in a plastic baggie that you can just toss in the car when you leave the house for showings. The fifth thing we're not going to leave out are any personal bills. No credit card bills. We're not going to leave your checkbook out. And if you have any filing cabinets with important documents in there, let's lock those up. One would like to think that nobody's going to go rummaging through your personal items, but it's better to be safe than sorry when you find out a year from now that your identity has been stolen. So protect your private documents. The next thing that you're going to want to make sure you don't have out are your guns. They must go in your gun safe. If you don't have a gun safe, then they must leave the property for every single showing. Enough said. Okay, the next one. So I was watching this really cute staging show, and one of the stagers mentioned that if you're selling your home, it's a really good idea to create a memory book where you talk all about the reasons why you love living there, the memories that you've made, and school districts are great, your neighbors are amazing, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't want to leave any emotional information out for the potential buyer. The reason for that is that all of that information is purely your opinion. What the school's meant to you and your kids may not mean the same thing to the potential buyer. Maybe you had great neighborhood parties, but what if the potential buyer doesn't fit in like you did? Maybe the next door neighbor was an amazing person to you, but the new buyer ends up having a dispute. So let's not disclose anything that's emotional. The only thing you disclose are facts. So let's skip the memory book. Here's one that you may not think of. Don't leave any signs of distress on your property. The most common area that I see this is a divorce situation. One of the spouses or partners moves out of the house and they take their belongings and clear out one side of the closet. When a potential buyer comes in and sees one side of the closet is empty, they could possibly interpret you to be in a desperate situation. If this is your situation, reorganize your closet. Spread your clothes around so it doesn't appear that somebody else has vacated. You don't want any indication that there's any less than ideal situations happening on the property. I know that sounds a little bit odd, but trust me, if a buyer senses that there may be desperation, they will try to take advantage of it. Okay, the next item on this list may surprise you, but it's actually a liability issue. And one of my jobs is to make sure that you are protected. So let's talk about those shoe booties that you see at the front door of some homes that are for sale. Did you know that if you require them to be worn during a showing and someone slips and falls down the stairs while wearing said slick booties, it will be your booty on the line? Yep, you will be liable. I know you don't want people to track dirt into your house, but let's be real. It's easier to run the vacuum if necessary after a showing than it is to endure a lawsuit. So let's skip the booties and the liability. Finally, the last thing we don't want on the property when showing the house is you. We don't want you present during the open houses and the showings, okay? It's not that we don't like you. I'm sure you're very nice people. However, most buyers are very uncomfortable when the seller is actually present. They can't relax in an environment where they feel watched while looking through the house. More times than not, they are going to be in a big hurry to leave, and all they will remember is feeling uncomfortable while there. All right, those are my top 10 things that you should not have on your property when you're selling. My name is Jodi Wilson, and if you want more information on buying or selling a home in Dallas-Fort Worth, all of my contact information is below. Make sure you subscribe. As usual, I'm here to help you get where you want to go.